No, no, I'm not. What I'm trying to say, you become a doctor. But what I say is, this is where we are all lacking in the basic things in this education. If I look at light, we have all been hearing about Snell's law, reflection, refraction. But try to really see where the Snell's law is reflection of light happening, refraction of light happening. Take this glass of water and see the light rays, and how do you find them? Why don't we do that? If I give you the cell phone, you will left, right, center, you will read this cell phone and see every damn thing, because you are so much attracted to it, though you do not know how to operate, but you still try to do it. But why don't you even try to understand why the human anatomy has been made in such a way that God has been so kind and we have been doing so wonderful? So did we pause for a moment and think?
BSc involves practical learning.
There's nothing practical. I think the problem with you people is you've got so much on the platter that you don't even want to use your brain. You can Google, you get all this. You Google. You don't have that passion. This is what he was saying. There should be a drive that I have to do something. I have to learn something. This is not my end. If I ask, who is the favorite heroine? When is she born?
January 5th.
January 5th. Where did she study? So did she study degree or something? Yeah? So you know about Deepika Padukone, but you don't know your own the parts on your face. So what makes you people not to have a goal in life? A goal doesn't mean to just get a degree. A goal means that you have to earn for it rather than purchase. So, what was your question? I just drifted apart. Now let's go back to it.
What can a student do now to prepare for a career in your field?
In my field, it's because of science. So you have to be you have to have strong fundamentals in science. And you have to have a feel for what science is all about. Unless you do it with your own hands, you will never be a scientist. Or anything. If you have no basic foundation in 8, 9, 10, I don't think people call themselves successful, they are not successful. Success doesn't mean only earning money and earning a job. Success is what you try to achieve in way of giving back. I think that is what is all about.
So what do you like about the school?
I've just come in 2 minutes.
Any opinion, views, till now any?
First impression.
First impression.
What did you think about it first?
First impression is we have got very good communication skills, but I have to tell your teachers that they have to make you more stronger in your business. No, let me be very critical. I don't lose anything. It's for your good. I don't want to put in your school has got good infrastructure. No, certainly not. Because your school has got a name called excellence. And where do you excel? I want to ask you people.
Academics. Everywhere.
Well, everywhere. No, fine. I've asked this is the fourth person I'm asking from your school. But they couldn't tell me why 2 nostrils to yours. I don't think you excel.
Really?
Yes.
Fourth student?
Yes, you are the 4th student. Well,
because we have to see things from both the point of views, not only one.
What is the other point? We are argumentative Indians. This is what I was telling you. There was a student. Last Saturday I was giving a talk, and I said, well, Earth is a sphere or not? How is Earth? Earth is a sphere?
Yeah.
No, I don't think. It's an object spheroid. It's not a sphere. So they did not answer that question. Now I'm coming into it. See, you on your own Earth, you do not have complete knowledge. So the question was, I asked the same answer. She could not answer it. And she had the cheek to ask me, because you asked me this question, you have to answer yourself. I said, damn to you, I wouldn't do so. Suppose you are answering the question paper. You have a question paper and you don't know the answer. Would you write in that answer sheet that whoever has said the question should answer it, because I don't know the question. So, I don't know the answer. So the point is, it's not a 2-point view. It's not your school, it's not my school, or it happens to my son, it happens to every kid in this country. It's because we still follow the education system which has been left. We have just been dabbling only on the top and trying to give color and cosmetics, but actually, if you look at the core foundation, we have not changed. And I personally feel why it has not changed. Teaching has never been a profession with zeal and enthusiasm. Teaching has been only a part-time. And the worst part is we don't pay teachers the requisite salaries so that we can attract talent.
Well said. Why do you think it is important for today's students to be involved in subjects like geography?
If you do not know your geography and history, then I don't think you can know your culture and your roots.
You just asked us whether the earth is square or not. That includes that.
Certainly. Why? Because we are so much obsessed about figurative personalities being put into our textbooks rather than talking. See, I wish, I do not know because I will stand corrected. If a geography lesson is being taught, you have to keep your atlas and start looking at it. And how many of us do that? You answer the question. So I have got a lot of food for thought to tell to your teachers today. They have asked me questions and I have got a lot of answers. More than answers, I gave them a lot of questions. And I don't blame you. Let me also be very honest. I blame your parents and teachers. Because the day you were in your mom's womb, your mom already and your father thought what you should be. The problem is, from the embryonic stage, we are so much obsessed as parents. I'm also a parent. We are so much obsessed, we only think success to life is only two ways. Either you become a doctor or an engineer.
Did you think the same for your son?
No, not at all. I told you it's a passion which is driving him. And I am not at all. I said you become an administrator, you get into IAS because you are very good in reading, memorizing and all. Why don't you? He said, no, my passion is car. So he asked him, what do you want? You want to go in design, you want to go in manufacture, you want to go in. He said, I want to go in design what? He was so specific in designing the outer shell. He asked in the next question, why so? Because safety is, I like speed, but for speed you have to have safety. So the outer shell should be safe enough. He went to that. So I didn't say, neither I tell my children what to do. It is for them to take their own. My daughter, for 2 years she was in Teach for India and India Fellows after engineering. She went and worked with the tribals in Chhattisgarh for children from 1 to 5, where the cognitive skills of the children don't exist. I said, you go and do it. The reason is, I grew up because my parents gave me freedom.
Did you follow your passion?
My passion is more of what I do, I try to communicate. I would like to give it back. And that is why I would like to be a teacher. You know, if you ask me what, you should have put a question, what would you do after you retire? After my retirement, I would like to go to government schools and teach class 9 and 10, science and maths, the way it should be taught.
What is the most important quality of a strong school leader?
Well, what is that? Strong school leader?
Yeah, the most important quality.
The most important quality, because I basically see which is missing in this country, is honesty. Honesty makes you very strong. If Gandhiji was strong because it was just honest.
What advice would you give a new employee going into a leadership position for the first time?
A leadership should lead from the front rather than sitting and asking questions.
What if it was his or her first time? In the footsteps, following the footsteps, of course, but in the shoes of the leaders.
I think our parents are the best leaders for us. We don't have to emulate somebody else. You can have role models. Certainly, you can have role models. You can emulate Abdul Kalam. You can emulate somebody else. People may not like, but I certainly say you can emulate the present Prime Minister of this country. People may have their reservations, but I'm not. I'm only talking about from where he started, from humble beginnings, where he is. Whether certainly certain path of which he chose to be questioned, but The majority of his path which he treaded, yes, he is very clear. He was very honest the other day to say, I can't even joke. If I joke, people take it the other way and they blow it out of proportion. So the leader has to kill himself many a times, and you are not yourself. You
To
have
become
to,
someone.
you have to put up a facade. But I personally feel for a leader should not have a facade. And that is where I
He should
appreciate
be.
Abdul Kalam. He cared a damn whether the president or he was himself.
What are the most useful resources that you would recommend to someone looking to gain a better perspective into becoming a better leader?
The resources are, first of all, is if you have to be a leader, you have to have an open mind. You have to have you have to be open minded in the sense you have to be receptive in taking suggestions, knowledge, and never ever feel that I know everything. And that is the problem most of the time, it kills our ego. So for a leader, first of all, he has to temper down his ego. That is the most important thing. And I think we all are more of ritualistic in a religion, but we don't take the essence and the philosophy of the religion. What does it teach? Yeah. Whichever religion, you have all the religions sitting in this room, what does it teach? It only says submit yourself, keep your ego aside for a few seconds. And every time we religiously go to a church, mosque, temple, but we only go there to pray, you give me this, you give me that. Rather than saying, why don't you make me a better human being, rather than asking for successes. Successes will come by yourself, by themselves. And to have success, hard work is the only substitute rather than anything else, no shortcuts.
What are the most important traits of successful leaders today?
The most successful leaders, traits of any leader, if you see, should be receptive in others' feelings, requirements, demands. He should have a humane face, but he should be honest and strict and disciplined. This is all what is all about. There are no friends or enemies. If you have to have a task done, the leader should lead from the front end. See, this is where the army succeeds. The armed forces succeed. That is what they say. No matter what it is, no questions heard. We can't do it. We have to do it.
No choice.
No choice. Provided it's not personal, it's for the nation. Or for the organization, for a system. Self should never be for a leader in front. If not, you can never become a leader.
Any message to our Asians?
I have given a lot of messages. I don't think so. I have to be very specific to you people. But I only sincerely ask you, no matter what you try to do, please try to awaken your curiosity in what you want to achieve in future rather than in contentments. This is all I want to say. Whether it's cars, whether it's cell phones, whether it's movies, they're only the creation. But the core value with which you're born to achieve, you have to have the curiosity to learn. Books are not just the textbooks. There is a plethora of knowledge which is there, and the reading habits are diminishing in your generation. Not everybody, majority. Whenever a statement made in a general form means for majority of this, that is foolish. So, the more you read, how many of you read Amarchitra Katha even today? You don't know?
We used to hear it.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, you used to, but you forgot. But I still pick that up and read once in a while because it's so interesting. Jataka days. So all those things. So the question now, of course, you would have crossed the age of mixed goods and other things. Huh? I'm not saying you shouldn't read as girls, but I also feel that you should read good things, which
As in? Good things as in?
which is going to awaken your thinking process. We don't. Why don't we read about book on Sarvepalli Radhakrishna, who was vice president, and we all celebrate Teachers' Day and all sorts of. If I ask some student to speak for 5 minutes on Sarvepalli Radhakrishna,
You like
so what are we trying to do? What are we? Is it symbolic? Do we require a Father's Day in this country and a Mother's Day? Shameful. That is for people in US because they only want to meet in the name of a Father's Day and Mother's Day. We all live with our parents, right? So wow, what is so great about Father's Day, Mother's Day, Teacher's Day? All those days have no meaning unless and until you have personal feel for those.
So believe in curiosity and passion.
Whatever you want to achieve, please tread that path which is very difficult. This you have to work hard, harder, and still further. And you have to forego many of your things. I'm not saying you should enjoy, and I don't say you don't have. I feel personally, if you are conscious of yourself and you focus for an hour also, you can read a lot, you can understand and read a lot of things. If you don't, I only taught my son one thing. If you do not understand, you should feel your choke. Either you should ask your teacher or you should try to learn by yourself. If you can't do that, then there is no point.
How do you in our age, like how were you as we are here?
Let me be very honest. I should be. I all came to all my life changed after my BSc. Intermediate and 10th class, I was just